right, welcome to Town of Fort Smith's special meeting of March 26, 2025, the SPO 125. I can confirm that we have quorum, and I'll read the acknowledgement. The Mayor and Council wish to acknowledge the Town of Fort Smith is located within Treaty 8 territory. Treaty 8 territory also encompasses the traditional homelands of Salt River First Nation, Smith Landing First Nation, and the Indigenous Métis people of Fort Smith. These nations have maintained stewardship of the sacred lands and throughout the generations, and we honor your knowledge, teachings, traditions, and the land. We're mindful that colonization has not been kind, and we respectfully recognize our generational histories and commit to strive for unity in the spirit of truth and reconciliation. If I can have someone move the agenda, please.
I'll move the agenda.
Okay, and second. Okay, Cox. Discussion? All in favor? So for folks in the Teams world, unless I hear from you, I just assume you're saying yes. And that's probably how I'm going to go forward.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So moving on the agenda, we have, approval of the capital budget. So, SAO, would you like to speak to this first?
Thank you, Mayor. As you know, we met last week and we went through the capital budget with the senior management team, and the team presented their priority list of capital projects. There were 53 projects, and we have narrowed them down to 39 projects. We discussed, we went through each of them. I did send you out an email in regards to the loader. We did discuss the loader, but it didn't make it onto it, so I just wanted to make sure that council was good with the addition of that loader purchase program. We put the maximum amount into the budget, understanding that we don't have the full recoverable trade-in value yet, and so that amount will be less. At this time, we're just seeking our quotes to see what the full trade-in value will be. But everything else is as discussed, so if there's any questions?
I just want to comment, the slope stabilization is cost neutral, right? Because it, we have a grant for it. So, but I was just wondering if, do we take it out of here? Because it, like the other one where it says community art initiative is a zero balance, would we not then take that out? The slope on it?
You know, what number was that, Ken?
Yeah, 10.
10? Yeah, absolutely, I could. I think that's, no, I'm gonna keep that in because that's actually old year funding we have yet to spend.
Okay.
So it's still in our coffers, we still have to account for it,
Okay.
but it's for 15, yeah.
So, any questions or discussion here? Councillor Quebec?
No, thanks, Madam Mayor. I'm looking at the bottom number there, and I have a certain degree of certainty that that is not what we have currently available to us. And I was just wondering if administration could, at some time in the near future, add one column for our information to the 39 projects, which ones are currently fully funded versus those that are partially funded or waiting for confirmation of third-party funding.
Yep, absolutely, I can do that. They were within your substantiation information package. It was within that one, but absolutely I can do that. The amount there is actually less than we have fully available to us. I believe our full capital we have available is 18 million. I forget the exact rounded number. It's in Al's desk or Adam's desk, to be honest. All week I kept going referring and pulling.
I know it's $18,156,642.
Thank you. But if you would, if you'd like me to bring you back that budget that had it all in it, there where we had actually broken out into what's funded, what isn't, I would be happy to do that. I feel like it's also in that large budget there. In the priority budget.
I think it is reflected in here.
Yeah.
It says funded use of those.
Yeah.
But I can make sure everybody has a copy of, an updated copy of that with just the priorities on it, for your desks. if you'd like. No problem.
Thank you, that's all I had.
Any other comments?
Just looking at item number 36, and you may or may not be able to answer it. How many hydrants does that 50,000 get us replaced?
I believe it was 2, because I think we did a big swap last year, and it was 150,000, I thought there were 6 that were done.
Thank you. All right, in the Teams world, is there any questions?
No, thank you.
Yeah, I got a question. So, last week when we were discussing this, the numbers were kind of just ballpark. These numbers here are still ballpark or specific?
Where we've actually tendered and awarded, they are as specific as we can get them. The rest are based on estimates or quotes.
Okay, so we could still probably go over the 18 million that's allotted.
We could also go under. But yes, I mean, this will be a phased rollout. I'd like to wait until we have some confirmation, some of the funding to do some of the bigger items as we roll it out. But yes, most of these prices, if there's a big variance in the price within the budget, we'll be bringing it back to council anyways. Every project above 50,000 gets awarded, will come back to council. If it goes out to tender, we'll come back to council for discussion and award.
Copy that.
Yeah, just so for clarification, anything on here that's under 50,000, they can go ahead with once we approve this. Anything over $50,000 must come back to council for an additional approval, right? So just because we're approving it right now, you will see it again when it goes to the ambulance replacement, and you'll see it again for the assets managed and the garbage. That'll come back to us. Councilor Brennan?
When you're making this motion, should you be putting the correct number in there instead of the 16? If it's actually 18 million?
Oh, no, what we have available is 18 million.
Oh.
What we're spending is 16 million.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Sure. Aseo?
And just to remind you, each of you have the project substantiations. They're in kind of an unwieldy format right now. On one side, my secretary back, we're going to actually put page numbers in an index and put them in by, she's actually picked up binders in Yellowknife while she's there. So each of them has how we'd like to roll out the project. The majority of the larger projects have that we will get a project manager, and the project manager will look at this, we'll get the quotes, we'll get an idea of how to roll it out, and then we'll bring it back to council. So there is a process. This is giving me permission to start the process.
Yeah, just wanted to make a comment on the lagoon, of course, just to be on record. I think, I mean, it is what it is, but I hate to see us spending money on something that doesn't actually meet the requirements, and there's slope stability risks and stuff like that. I know there's no way around it now, but I think we should keep in mind that this should be the last investment in that lagoon until we have a better plan, which I guess ties in with the water and sewer assessment. So that'll be coming, but I think it's worth mentioning that that's kind of a concern. So.
Councilor Brevet?
Yeah, just looking at that in detail, and sort of one item that I know we discussed the other day as part of our deliberations during the workshop was doing some facelift work on the town hall, and I don't see it included as part of our current capital plan items.
actually on the final list, or was just discussed? Can I get back to you on that one, and if it's something I bring back when we have better costing, and if we have funding, come available? Because I believe most of the conversation was around the retrofit of the existing fire hall. And I don't have a note on the,
It was actually commented on and voted for 3 times.
the town would,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when we did our round conversation, yeah.
Yeah, it is, it is. Okay,
Either
I
that
will,
or-
let me bring it back to you once we have a little more numbers and on that one, and then I can, add it back in a later time when we revisit this, budget. It won't get lost, it just won't be in the first round of priorities.
Any other comments? Okay. This is a very big list of to-dos. 39 items is a lot. And I know like the top first few we're already working on and are partially funded or on the way, so kudos to your team to getting it together and substantiating this list for us and prioritizing it. So is there any other comments? I need someone to make a motion then for the capital plan as presented.
I'll move that council approve the 2025 capital plan as presented with a total project value of $16,688,130, and that administration provide updates on the status of pending federal funding applications and Salt River First Nation contributions as they are confirmed. Further, that council defer the consideration of long-term capital plan until completion of the water and sewer assessment and the asset management assessment projects.
Seconder, Councillor Couvette. Is there any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, all in favor? Okay, all in favor, passed unanimously. So the next piece is for us to move in camera.
I move that council move in camera in accordance with the Cities, Towns, and Villages Act, Section 23, Paragraph 3, Subparagraph E, a matter still under consideration on which council has not yet publicly announced a decision, and if discussions in public would likely prejudice the municipal corporation's ability to carry out its activities or negotiations.
Seconded by Cox. Okay, all in favor? All right, we've moved into camera. So we're off of the.